Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to today's video. What an exciting one. This is the annual gift guide for kids. I've done one for the past 3 years, so I've done a gift guide for 1 to 2 year olds, 2 to 3 year olds and now 3 to 4 year olds. These are gifts and presents that are either tried and tested by my own son, he absolutely loves, or things that we think he's going to love and therefore we're going to buy him. So everything in here, they're not just random ideas, they're things that I'm either going to buy or have bought for my son. So if you like the look of anything, I'll pop all the links and everything that I mentioned in order down below, and I'll also timestamp this video so you can quickly skip if you don't think that something's going to work for your little one. But without further ado, I've got 20 or so things in this gift guide that I hope you find some inspiration from. They're all things that are hopefully going to stand the test of time and are going to grow with your kid and not just be like a one-day present. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so I do have a 4-month-old baby in her bouncer just here, so if you hear any noises, that's who that is. But the first thing that I wanted to mention is Magna Tiles. Hands down, these are the things that my son plays with the most. He got these for his 3rd birthday and they are perfect for his age group. 3 to 4 year olds and then beyond. I think Magna Tiles are such a great gift. He got these for his birthday, like I said, and he has absolutely been besotted with them ever since. He builds loads of things, castles, towers, tracks. There's actually like Instagram accounts you can follow that build really cool things and you can try and copy them. Like, he loves just building like cubes and houses and pyramids. They're honestly just so versatile and he absolutely loves them. We've got a whole box full here and we're actually going to get him some more for Christmas as well because he loves them that much. He loves building massive castles and he gets so proud and he always wants to take a picture with them. I highly recommend, if you've got someone that's like really good with their hands and likes building things, Magna Tiles are just a great one. I've just shut the blind to see if the lighting's a little bit better. I don't really know if it is, but anyway, the next thing on my list is a wooden train set. I genuinely think every kid should have a wooden train track. George has the biggest set. We got it from John Lewis last year for Christmas. Was it for Christmas or his birthday? I think for Christmas. I think I mentioned it in last year's gift guide as well, but he has played with it so much and he loves it still. Like, we get it out, we buy things to add on to it as well, and I think this year that's what we're going to do. So the wooden train set itself, I'll link the set that we have got. It's a really great set, really great quality. You can get loads of different ones. You can get a Brio train set, they're quite expensive though. You can also get smaller sets from places like Lidl and Aldi. Basically, he's got like quite a few different sets, little attachments and things, and they're all pretty much like universal. They all kind of fit together. So they're just slightly different shades of like brown, but I would genuinely say, like, depending on your budget, if you want to get a small one from, like I say, Lidl or Aldi or somewhere like that, or Amazon or whatever, or like splurge on a bigger set, then there's something for everyone in that ballpark, I think. He absolutely loves it, so I just genuinely think a wooden train set is a great one. So this year, what we're going to get to go with his wooden train set is a big wooden crane that is like really quite substantial, and it's like £30–40, I think, and it will go with the train set, and it will go away with the train set and come out with the train set when we play with that. So it's like an add-on to it, but he loves a crane, guys. He loves a crane. We had a kick-off in a shop the other day because I didn't buy him this like yellow plastic crane, which he would have loved, but he would have snapped immediately, like he would have broken it. So we're going to go for a wooden one. It's going to be more substantial, more hard wearing, and hopefully he's going to get like years of fun out of it rather than just hours. So yeah, I'm going to get that, and I'll link the one that I think I'm going to get down below. That I'm still browsing, but this is the general idea. Next on my list is Lego. This is actually a little carry case that George has for his Lego, and I do think a 3-year-old is probably at the age where they are grown up enough to know not to put things in their mouth and all that kind of stuff. At least I'd like to think so anyway. I don't leave him alone with his Lego, but this little set was a great one. It was a great little starter kit and it came with a load of information on how to put things together. Like, I'm not very creative myself, and it came up with loads of different things that you can make from this exact set, and it's a really good little starter kit. So if you're looking for something on a budget Lego wise, because it can get really expensive, this is a great one. This year specifically, I think we're going to get George the big yellow classic brick, which is just loads of Lego, all the great little pieces that you would need to make a little village or whatever you're doing with the Lego. And I'm also thinking some Lego storage. So I'm going to link down below the exact Lego kit that we got him a while ago. This is a great starter set if you're like brand new to Lego. The classic Lego brick, and I'm also going to link some Lego storage that we're looking into because Lego gets everywhere, and I think at the moment we've got a load of Lego in just like a Tupperware box somewhere. Not ideal, so we're going to get some good Lego storage as well, but Lego generally is just such a winner. It really, really is. But yeah, like I said, specifically for a 3-year-old getting started with Lego, this is a great one. Next up, something we got George for Christmas last year and has got so much use that I had to mention it again, is this LCD little drawing pad. It's literally just a little LCD tablet and you draw on it. I've drawn a little Christmas tree here, and you can press this, I think it's the eye, and it disappears. You can also lock things in place, but you basically just have this little stylus, or you could just use your finger or anything really, draw all over it, and whatever it might be you want to draw, and then press the eye and then it disappears. If you wanted to lock it in place, you can do that, but this is a really great little, I think we actually gave it to him as a present last year, but you could put it in a stocking. I think it's like 12 quid maybe, something like that. I'll link this exact one down below. They have loads of different colours and stuff. It's obviously in the shape of a dinosaur. He really likes it because he draws something, he shows me, like, he draws a picture of me and then he gets rid of it and then he draws something else, and it's just obviously mess free, which is great. But yeah, he still gets to do a lot of drawing, which he really, really likes doing. So I would link this one down below. Next up on my list are some wooden puzzles. So this one's a little T-Rex one. These come in a set of 4, and what we've done is put them all into sandwich bags so that we don't lose the pieces, because George accidentally lost one of the pieces to one of them. I think it was a boat, and then he spilt water on the rest of it, so we had to throw that one out. So to make sure that we keep them all safe, we've put them all into sandwich bags. But this one is a little set that comes from Amazon, and it's great. It's really, really, like, honestly, he literally will sit there for ages doing them. They have little numbers on the like pieces as well, so it kind of gives you a hint as to where they go. Obviously that's quite helpful. Some of them are easier than others. The T-Rex is quite difficult, but George loves it. They're just really great ones, and it's quite nice if you've got a very active toddler. Can you hear Hallie? It's really nice if you've got like quite an active toddler to have like that wind down time, and here's like these really fun, you know, puzzles of like a bus and a T-Rex, and he calls this one a turtle even though it's a dinosaur. But yeah, like they're really, really nice ones, and they're good quality and everything, wooden ones as well. Like I said, from Amazon. They do loads of different sets, but I'll link this one down below. Next up, something we got him for his birthday this year was this little Hot Docs number blocks activity book. So it does say it's for 4+, but it's to help you count from 1 to 10. It's an activity book. Number blocks, if you guys haven't seen it, it's on CBeebies, and George really likes it. They have like the alphabet one, and then they have the number blocks. I'm sure they have other ones as well, but basically a Hot Dots book, if you don't know what this is like the special Hot Dots stylus, and it's basically an activity book where you have like little questions. So for example, you've got this one, which is number 1, this one's number 2. You just have to press the black dot that correlates to it. These are obviously like the easier ones. If he saw that, he would find the dot that correlates to it, and then it tells you that you've got the right answer. So if it goes green, if you press the wrong one, it goes red, like that, and makes a little sound. And when he gets the right one, it always goes, oh, brilliant, and George goes, oh, brilliant. He gets super proud of himself when he gets it right. And if he gets it wrong, I see him working it out and going, oh, why did that make that noise? Do I do a different one? And he finds out, like, figures out which one's which. They've got loads of different stuff in here. So like this one's again number 4, so this one's a number 4. Brilliant. And it goes through it, and I feel like this is again something that's going to grow with him a little bit. He doesn't see this as learning, he sees it as a game, because obviously it's a really fun way to do it. So I just thought this was a great one. Like I said, George really likes it, so I thought I would share it with you. Next up, another thing that we got him last year was the Julia Donaldson book set on Amazon. I swear this is the best value for Julia Donaldson books out there. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but 10 of these Julia Donaldson books, like classics, like The Gruffalo, Broom on a Broom, Squash and a Squeeze. They do a set over on Amazon which is 10 for £30, and that's not in the sale. If you wait until Black Friday or when they go on to, you know, doing Amazon Prime deals and stuff like that over Christmas, I guarantee you this will go down, because last year I grabbed these 10 books, these are only 3 of them, but there's 10 of them in the set, for I believe like £12. It went really, really cheap, and for these like really classic books. I just thought they were great. George's favourite books, hands down, are Julia Donaldson books. They're my favourite as well. They're really great to read. The illustrations are always amazing. My favourite ones are the Alex Scheffler ones. I mean, we all know the creator of The Gruffalo's Child. Like, they're just great ones. They really are. I read a book to George every single night. Now we've got back into the routine of doing that, and I don't think it would be the same about these books. And getting a set of 10 is like a great way to introduce that if you're looking to start reading or whatever. If your kid really loves reading, these are just great books. In order to build on his love of stories and story time and stuff, we're going to get George a Tony's box this year. So a Tony's box is basically a cube which has a speaker on it, and you have all the different characters which are called Tonys, and you sit them on top. So for example, you could get the Gruffalo or the witch from Room on a Broom, or all of the favourite characters from his actual favourite books. You could pop those on the top and it reads you the story, which I think is fantastic. It's such a great one. We've already kind of trialed doing audiobooks and like calming down kind of audios with him on like our Amazon Alexa, but I feel like adding the character on, he can choose the character. I feel like to a toddler that's a really big control thing, and let's face it, it's all about control with these toddlers. So he can like control which character he's putting on, and he will control then what story is being told. So I think he'll really like it, and I'm hoping it's going to help with bedtime a little bit. Don't get me wrong, we're in an all right place at the moment, but we go through phases of bedtimes being a nightmare. I feel like a Tony's box will really help with that. They are a little bit expensive, but I know that you can get a lot of second-hand Tonys on Marketplace and on Vinted. I'm thinking we'll get a new Tony's box with like the Julia Donaldson set. I think you can get maybe 4 characters, like including Stickman, the Gruffalo, like all the classics. So I'm gonna I think get that because they're characters that he recognises and knows the stories really, really well. So we'll get those, and then maybe let him choose a couple when we're in the shops or whatever, and maybe get them on Marketplace like throughout the years, and then have a little collection of them. I will link all the exact sets and everything that I'm thinking about getting down below, but I'd love to know what your thoughts on Tony boxes are, whether they're worth it, if you've got one, if your kids love them, let me know. Another one George got for his birthday this year is a toy camera. This has been one of his favourite things, and no wonder, because he always sees me with a camera, obviously. He loves taking photos. This is one that my mum got him for his birthday, and he loves it. This has also got a waterproof case on it at the moment, which is fantastic. He takes it in the bath with him, he messes it around, like he accidentally spills stuff on it, and it's you know, it's still in perfect working order. So you've got little games on it and stuff like that, but he primarily uses it as a camera, and he has taken photos. It's got a little memory card in it, and you take the memory card out and you can look at the photos that your kid's taken. Don't get me wrong, the camera quality is nothing like an iPhone, obviously, but I think it's fantastic that he can actually have this and he can go around taking photos. He always asks us to smile. He took a picture of me, Hallie, and Ash, and the dog, and like it was really nice. But like I said, the camera quality is not like next level. It's all right though. It's definitely better than my first camera. I can just see myself like keeping these photos forever. The first ever photos that George like took on his own camera, which I think is really cool. I'll link this one down below. I believe it was like £30 again on Amazon, the exact one with the waterproof case and everything. Another pretty timeless gift, I think, are some flashcards, which I think toddlers get so much pride out of getting the thing right, and it's obviously like a nice little educational one. I'm not gonna lie, the ones that we have are, I think, probably a little bit too young for most 3-year-olds. These I'd say are more aimed towards, well, 1-year-olds, 2-year-olds. Like these are like first word cut kind of ones. Now we're in a state where we're not learning these words, like he knows these, like all of these, like off by heart. Because we've gone through them so many times, but I feel like we're at a stage where we want to upgrade these to probably like something that has letters on, and then on the back it has something that begins with that letter, so you can start to learn the letters and the sounds and what they stand for. Like, so F for fish, for example, rather than it just being a picture of a fish and it's saying fish. So that's probably what we'll do in the future, and probably this year for Christmas as a stocking stuffer or something. But yeah, I thought flashcards were a really great one. These ones are quite good because they're like all the different colours and all the different shapes, which I thought was good, like an orange circle, a blue triangle. Like that's quite a good one, I think. Whereas these ones I think are a little bit young, but flashcards generally, they're only like £5 £5. I'll link the ones that I'm thinking about getting down below. I think they're a really great one, and they're not something, again, that they're just gonna use once and never use again. They'll actually come back to these. It can be like an activity you get out, and again, like I say, they love like getting that pride out of when they get something right. And yeah, we've obviously lost the cardboard packet for this, so these also go in sandwich bags. Going back to books quickly, I forgot to mention these ones. These are two of George's favourite books, and honestly, I really rate them. So the first one is What to Do When You Feel Like Hitting. A great one for toddlers, and I think also for parents. Like, I've learned a lot from this kind of a book, like, you know, how to talk to a toddler and explain to a toddler rather than just telling them no. Hallie's making noises. Like, it really helped me kind of figure out, like, okay, if this book's saying this is how you should do it, maybe I should try this, and it seems to have worked. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not foolproof, but I really, really rate this book, and it kind of just gives examples of things you can do when you feel like hitting. Like, it says things like smell the flowers and blow out the candles, and that's all like reference points that kids can really understand, and it's palatable. And it's things like, oh, what you can do with your hands instead, like squeeze your hand into a ball and then let it go, and then squeeze it and let it go, and we sit there in bed and we do that, and it's like, I just really, really rate this one, and George definitely loves reading it. Another one he really likes is this feelings book. So they have this one on Amazon, I believe, and it's obviously all about the feelings. It goes through someone's day, and then it has how they were feeling, and you ask them, like, how do you think they were feeling this day, happy or sad? And it says at the bottom, talk about a time that you felt happy or sad, like depending on what the emotion is, and then you talk about maybe a time where, I don't know, mummy told me I couldn't do that and it made me angry, or you know, there was a time where I had an accident in a nursery and I felt embarrassed. There's loads of different emotions: nervous, calm, frightened, brave, disgusted or delighted. Like, there's loads of different ones. I think it's really great, and again, it's because it's got the flat book and everything. At the end it also says, like, you know, what happened in their days. I just think this is a really great book, and I will link it down below. Next up is a fancy dress costume. What toddler doesn't love a fancy dress costume? Obviously, my son is Spider-Man obsessed, which is why I've chosen this one. He got this for his birthday. He was also Spider-Man for Halloween. Killed two birds with one stone. You can obviously get like any kind of dress up, whatever your kid's into, whether that's princesses, like Disney princesses, Marvel characters, superheroes, whatever it might be. But yeah, George just loves this. He wants to wear it everywhere, so it'll be an absolute winner. You might not be able to get them to wear anything else, but you know, you're only young once, right? And then the last thing that I'm going to mention that we've already got George and he absolutely loves and he gets so much use out of is a balance bike. If you haven't got your kid a balance bike yet, then 3 years old is a great age. He absolutely loves it. He loves going out on dog walks. He is obsessed with his bike. He wants to take it everywhere. We got one from Halfords. It was only, you don't have to spend a fortune. Like, I think his was like £30. Halfords do them, like loads of places do them. We wanted to get a fairly neutral one. I think it's like white with spots, and then Hallie can use it like when she's a little bit older. But they have loads on Amazon that are like the £30–40 mark if you just want to do all your shopping on Amazon, because probably that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to lie, because it's just easy. Then I'll link a couple of options down below of ones that I think are really nice looking, and obviously, yeah, do the trick in terms of being a toddler balance bike. But yeah, oh gosh, it's something that he absolutely loves. Something we're going to get him this year to go with his bike is a helmet. I cannot believe we've gone this long without him having a helmet. I don't know why. We've literally had this bike for a year, and he hasn't ever worn a helmet, but he is starting. I think, to be honest, when he was 2, he wasn't really riding it, but he was like literally just walking with it underneath his legs. He still loved it, but he wasn't properly riding it, whereas now he is like he's like getting speed up and then going down hills, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to get this child a helmet. And we have had some accidents, not on the bike, but we've had other accidents that I'm like, yeah, no, you are like danger prone. So yeah, we're gonna get him a bike helmet this year. I'll link the exact one that we're gonna get down below. It's really highly rated on Amazon. It comes in loads of colours, so I'll pop that here as well. Another thing that we're gonna get him to go with, sort of with the Tony's box for like night times and maybe bath time as well, is a star projector. So I found this one on Amazon. It looks like a really good one. You can change all the colours. You can have the starry night sky all projected around the room. room, in a dark room, or you can have like the nebula. Like, it looks really cool, and I feel like it will make, again, bath time and bedtime a little bit more exciting. Sort of acts as a nightlight, because Georgie is very much a I'm scared of the monsters kind of kid. Even though he loves monsters, it's like one of them weird things. He's got it in his head and he won't stop saying it, and he's got a nightlight, but I feel like this is a really fun kind of nightlight. So we wanted to get him that, and I feel like he will love it. He absolutely will. Another thing that I'm going to get him is a toddler safe knife set. So don't be alarmed, it's a thing. It's like plastic, hard plastic knives that toddlers can use that can cut through things like fruit and that kind of stuff, but they're not sharp and they wouldn't hurt them if they like lost, you know, if they slipped and like lost control or whatever. It's just plastic, it's not gonna cut through them. So I've got this set from Amazon that I'm going to give him for Christmas, and then he can help me either whether that's baking or cutting up fruit for breakfast or making dinner or whatever it is. He loves being involved like so much, and a little set like that can make him feel a little bit more involved, because he always wants to use knives and I'm like no, it just can't happen. I want to get you involved as much as possible, but obviously in a safe way. So I'm gonna get him this toddler safe knife set, which reminds me, something that wasn't on my list but actually I've just reminded myself of, a learning tower is a great toddler gift. And again, 2 to 3 year olds, 3 to 4 year olds, it's a great one. Our specific one is from C&L Creation on Instagram. It's a foldable one, which means it's not going to take up loads of space in your kitchen all the time. For us, we fold it out when George is helping us do something, or if he's making if we're making hot chocolates or whatever it might be, and then we fold it away and like slot it away when we're not using it, so it doesn't take up too much space, which I think is fantastic. The quality's great, the wood's great, you can engrave it if you wanted to. George's has got a little dino on it, little dinosaur. I think they're actually called the Dino Tower, so they've all got dinosaurs on, which I think is fantastic. I highly rate them, and I will link them down below. Another thing that I'm going to get George this year is kinetic sand. So specifically I want to get him the construction set that Kinetic Sand do, because it looks like it's quite an easy one to like fold away and, you know, put away, because, you know, I've got a lot of mess in my house already. I don't need another thing that's just going to get messy and then just like left. I want to be able to reuse things, and again, like try and store things right so that we can continue to play with them for years to come. And I feel like Kinetic Sands could be one of those things that just gets really messy once and then you chuck it out, whereas I want to be able to use it again. So this one's got like an actual storage solution that you can fold it away, and I've heard like quite good things about Kinetic Sand generally being quite easy to tidy up. The texture apparently is somewhere between Play-Doh and sand, yeah, I'm really interested myself. And then, like I said, this construction set is great. He's really into diggers and cranes and all that kind of stuff, so this will be right up his street. And getting messy, that's George's forte. So yeah, I'm gonna get this little set for him, I think. And then the last thing I've got my eye on this year is a speed track. So this is honestly fantastic. Like, it looks great, and it's actually a small business from Instagram, similar to the Dino Tower. That's a small business as well. The Speed Track, it's on Instagram as Speed Track UK. It's basically this really long track that you can wind up. Again, you can store it away really nicely. It's not gonna like be out all the time, but it's this windy track that you can literally have it in any configuration you want. It's so flexible. You can put it over the sofas, you can lay it down over towers, you can lay it down over tables, it can go up the stairs, like it can literally go wherever because it's so malleable. I'll put a few videos up because I'm probably not describing it very well, but I think George will love it. I think you could connect it to windows as well to have like really cool different designs and things, and he will just absolutely love it. We've got so many cars in this house that a track like that is so versatile that you can do so many different things with. He's never going to get bored of that. I think he's going to really like that imaginative play element of like creating something as well as actually making the cars fly down it. So yeah, I'll link the Speed Track UK Instagram account down below. I'm thinking I'm going to go for, I think they have different sizes like 4 meters, 5 meters and 6 meters. I'm thinking going for 6 meters, and I think the price is actually quite good for what it is, and like the endless like options you might have to play with it. Okay, so that is officially everything on my 3 to 4 year old toddler gift guide. For me, I feel like this is the ultimate gift guide in that it's a gift guide of presents that aren't just a fad, aren't just plastic tat. Like, don't get me wrong, there is some plastic in here. I'm no saint, but I would rather buy something and invest in something that they're going to play with for years to come. And like I said, quite a lot of the things that I've mentioned in this video are things that we got him last Christmas that he still loves and he still plays with. So like I said, all of the things that I've mentioned are linked down below. Let me know if you do pick anything up and if your kid loves them for Christmas. If you have any recommendations for myself, then please do let me know as well, because I'm always open to ideas. I am also going to be doing another gift guide for babies, a 6-month-old kind of gift guide, I think, just because I have a 6-month-old, well, I have a 4-month-old, but she'll be 6 months old almost at Christmas, so I'm going to do a gift guide for that if anyone's got similar age babies. But like I said, I've got gift guides from previous years as well if you wanted to give those a check out. But for now, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
It's cold outside, but the fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night underneath the mistletoe, and I've gotten you